Hey guys, my name is Russell and welcome back to a brand new My Team Career Mode video. If you haven't seen the latest episode where we started our journey at the Arabian circuit, make sure to check that down below. And I will go into the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix at Jeddah. But before we do that, we got a survival challenge for y'all. And if your favorite driver is Yuki Tsunoda, you have to subscribe to this channel. And I caught you lacking today. And if it's not, you're free to go and I will catch you next time with another challenge. So yeah, in the latest episode, it didn't pan out as well as we thought. The pace was there, but it was not that quite good. And now I'm thinking about doing some power train upgrades to boost our development of parts for the car and for the season because we're still spec level 0. And I'm thinking about either build time or the quality control. And I've chose for the build time, and same as for the aerodynamics because we need more more parts in the lesser time. So with 20% less time will be fine. I'm also looking for other departments to put money in, but with $275,000 in the bank, we can't do much as we can. So that's a bit bad. We're not good at the money management. Yeah, with that, R&D is quite full. We're still the worst car on the grid. Everyone with us made some upgrades, but nothing much to improve by. So without that, I'm wasting more time. Let's go into the Bahrain Grand Prix. Now, as you can see, there are more developments for the teams. We're at flatlining, but Ferrari made some great progression to come closer to to Red Bull. Mercedes made a big, not a big jump, but quite a jump to gain more ground, and Alpine is like the top of the lower end of the field, and everyone else is quite close. So it's quite competitive in the lower fields, but the top three teams are in another league. So that's where the points are. I got no rival yet, so let's see for our parts what we can do. If we can upgrade something, or we can because everything is still full. Yeah, for 16 days, 5 days, we have to wait for the new parts to come in. But the morale is high in the team, so I think everything is great. So on to qualifying. This is my third lap, and then I wasted my first 2 laps. I made some big mistakes in the first sector. So on to this new lap. We've got a bit of track of Joe and Williams, I think. And as you can see, I'm already gaining a lot of time in the first sector. Sargent who was in front of me. We're all already 5 tenths up, 6 tenths almost. And the car is very responsive with the current setup on. Stuffing around the road, and Norris upright, so a bit of traffic. I was caught off guard by Norris, which makes me do this rookie mistake and crash into the wall. That's our qualifying of today. I think we're starting in P20 or P18. Let's see, this is a Ferrari 1-2 in Q1. Yeah, I'm P21, and Louis Sargent has a 5-place penalty.
We're here today on the shores of the Red Sea in the lower Hijaz Mountains to visit one of the newest circuits on the Formula One calendar. We're in Jeddah, home to what we all hope is going to be a thrilling Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Perez, Hamilton, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Gasly, Ocon, Bottas, Tsunoda, Magnussen, Joe, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Oscar Piastri, the captain, Doohan, Albon, De Vries, and Logan Sargent. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. Ant, it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, How do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Alright, for the tire strategy, I'm still looking at the soft to medium run of medium to soft run because I don't think the hards are the correct choice of tires for me, for the car. I don't think we have that good of a pace to keep up with the cars in front of us to utilize the hards as good as possible. So at the moment I was thinking about using the mediums and then the softs because I mean the softer tire is quite favorable for us in a shorter stint. So I think I'm pitting on lap 10 and I'm changing up for softs to mediums for lap 8. But then I think this is my final choice, going on the mediums for 10 laps and then switching to the hards.
The formation lap gets underway here in Saudi Arabia, and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure their car's ready for the battle once the lights go out. So as all the cars reform the grid, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
Alright, with 5 red lights on the screen, and we are away we go. We're on the mediums, Jack is on the softs. We got a great launch, but with a bit of wheel spin, we lost 3 positions. But diving inside, we gained some, but still losing on the exit of turn 2. And we're still on P18 with Piastri and Stroll in front of us, and Jack behind us and Albon in P20. So I think, yeah, it's quite hard to drive with full fuel loaded on this car, so I'm just checking what's possible, what's not possible. But as you can see, I'm still nicely following the cars in front of us, but the lines are way off for me. So I'm using a bit of ERS to stay close to them, but nothing happened. So on to the start-finish straight of lap 1. We're a bit closer to them. Jack is still behind me with 5 tenths on him. And I set the fastest of last sector, that's quite promising. So going down the inside, caught Piastri napping, and I got P17 of him. Now Joe is a bit unsettled, and try to attack him as well. So what I'm thinking is to overtake the people in not the usual ways, because they don't expect to do that. So with that, Joe is the next target on track. On the softs are going a bit off because I mean the mediums are don't have the grip as great as the softs, of course. But with the use of ERS, I'm gaining a bit more time. I'm still figuring out the braking point of this corner because I don't think I'm braking late enough. But I got a great exit off the corner and I'm way close to Joe than before. But a nice, no, not really. I went wide a bit, lost some time. Almost had Piastri in the back of me, but with the use of ERS we can close the gap again because we don't have DRS yet open, so it's only pure on straight line speed and ERS usage. For the rest, we're still managing the gap. We're dropping Piastri now by 8 seconds, and the tire wear is already at 7, almost 8, maybe 10% at the end of the lap, so it's not quite good for us that the tire degradation is high. I will try to catch Joe napping, but he guards us nicely into the last corner. Now we got DRS enabled. On the next straight we can use the DRS. But I'm great late on the brakes on the mediums and drift into turn 1, unsettling Joe, and on the switch back into turn 2 we got P16 from him. And now we got Stroll in front of us. So on to lap 5, Stroll is now 1 second in front of us with Hulkenberg and 2 other cars, or even maybe even more cars. So we got the pace on the soft runners at the moment. I'm still managed to be in 1 second. Now it's already 7 tenths, 6 tenths to the cars in front, but they're still quietly, nicely battling each other. So it gives me the chance to close to them up. And there's Magnus in front of Hulkenberg. So we can maybe gain 4 position in like 2 or 3 laps. Stroll is looking at to attack Hulkenberg into this corner, but he doesn't get quite a chance to do it. Now I'm getting more in the rhythm of this track, and as you can see, I'm nailing the corners better than before. With the use of DRS, I'm trying to get as close as possible and try to overtake them on the next straight. But as you can see, they are still quite close to each other. But with the slipstream DRS and ERS, you can see the gap is closing between me and Stroll. Into the last corner, I dive down the inside of Stroll and Hulkenberg because he leaves the gap open. There's now a drag race to the start finish straight, and Hulkenberg wins that one. But we're now on P15, but with the use of DRS, going around the outside, taking the racing line, gaining P14 from Hulkenberg. Now it is Magnus and also a medium runner. Up ahead, a bit of a drift into turn 1, locking the rear brakes. That's quite common for me to do. I have to learn not to brake that much late. So now we're at the start finish of lap 6, onto lap 7, and we're at the back of the train of Magnus, Tsunoda, and I think the other cars. And I'm seeing that I'm quite good on the brakes in turn 1, and as you can see, I could just brake way later on the gas and gain a position. I'm trying to do a switchback again on Magnus. He got better traction out of the corner, and I'm still on P14. But he is now a bit off the guys in front, and I think he lost DRS maybe, not yet. But it's now unsettled. It's for me now the perfect time to attack him. So now we're on lap 7, and the tires are really dying. As you can see, I'm way offline and I'm struggling. So into the end of lap 7 to 8, Magnus is now a bit closer to me, and I have no ERS left. He's going down the inside, I'm going around the outside if I'm correct. But we got Tsunoda, and we get 2 guys in 1 corner almost. So it was a bit unsettled, but we got better traction out of the corner, and now we are P12. Not P13 yet, we're still side by side with Tsunoda, but Tsunoda gives up the place. If I'm correct, yeah, he does. And we're now in P12 with Ocon and Gasly in P11 and 10. We're almost in the top 10. And before him is Bottas, I think? Should be Bottas, as the other Alfa Romeo. But yeah, into the end of the backstraight of lap 8, Tsunoda gets past me with the use of DRS. I'm a bit unsettled, which gives the other guys behind me the chance to attack me again. So I'm now sitting duck on the straight with Magnus and Stroll behind me. I'm trying to gain more time on Tsunoda. I think my setup is quite low wings. I gain much more time again into the DRS straight. And I think Tsunoda is spinning this lap. He is spinning, so I grabbed the DRS off him. And we got some free air with also Bottas and Leclerc pitting. Onto lap 9, I go a bit wide, don't want to get a penalty, so I let through off Magnussen in P10 and now on P11. But Albon was also behind me. So now we got a problem with Albon, Zhou and Leclerc behind me for P14. So I might drop some places in the second lap. So as you can see, even Zhou goes down the inside of me and I'm dropping to P13. I'm quite boxed in, but that doesn't really matter for me because I use the DRS. I'm not even using DRS for a bit. And I gain the position back of Zhou and go down the inside of Albon to gain P9 back. So at the moment our race is quite good with 8 laps to go and no pit stop done yet. It's quite nice to see that we have the pace to be in the top 10. Onto lap 10 at the other DRS straight. We lost the back end a bit and Albon and Leclerc and Sainz are going down the inside of me, and I'm losing 3 positions in 1 corner and down to P12, which is the same of me, but I'm trying to keep the pace up and to follow them into the next sections of corners. But as you can see with the dirty air, I can't do that, and I drop like a second behind them. And at the end of them, I'm going to pit for the softs, if I'm correct, or the hards. Softs or hards. So let's see. Everyone else is also pitting with Ocon, Albon, De Vries, and with me. So we don't lose that much positions than them. And let's see, it's the softs indeed, and we have a front wing damage. I don't know why when that came in, but we changed our wing and we're on the softs, and we are in P20 if I'm correct. The P21. We got Duan, De Vries, and Albon in front of us with around 7 seconds if I'm correct. Is it 7 seconds? It is seconds earlier. So lap 12, I'm at the back of the De Vries and Duan, and let's see if we can. Ooh, quite the wall tap there. Let's see if we can get both of them napping. I got the tire advantage on them to them. So the freeze is light work in down the inside. A bit of an aggressive move, if I can say that. I had to do it because I need to make places up because of the front wing change. Now we have some DRS from Jack, and let's see if he lets us pass nicely because we're on 2 different strategies. So it shouldn't be a problem for him and for us. So way better on the brakes, gaining much time into the last corner, and with the use of DRS, ERS, we still passed him, not much fighting of him, and we gained P20 from him, P19, so just a switch of positions, nothing much, no biggie. And on P18 and 17 is Magnussen and Albon, and let's see if we can gain the time, but again, I missed the point, the breaking point, and let Jack by, which gives the Freeze another chance to attack me on the hards, but I don't think he has the pace for that to do it. So I'm now just following Jack into lap 14, which is nice exit. I'm not trying to use his DRS to push me in front if he has the pace, and if not, I will pass him. But as you can see, I was unsettled a bit by Jack, lost the back end, and hit the wall.
That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're okay.
I hit the wall. As you can see, I followed him quite nicely. I think the dirty air was the problem. I was me too eager to be on the throttle, a bit wide, off track. I think too much throttle and just lost the back end and just snapped into the wall. So yeah, that's the retirement for us. We can't see anymore how far the other teams are and how it's going. That's a shame. I'm really sad about what happened. But in the end, it's a Red Bull win. And Max Verstappen has won again. I think this is the second race in a row he won. I can't remember if he won Bahrain. The Red Bull won 2 with Sergio Perez at P2. And I think Leclerc was Sainz at P3. Oh, it's Verstappen, Sainz, and then Perez. I thought it was P2 because he was on the left side of his car. So yeah, a double podium for Red Bull, nicely done, another podium for Ferrari, and we're DNF'd, and Jack is at P17, 18 maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that's a quite harsh way to end this race. Totally my mistake with the throttle and the way I should be way slower, way smarter to drive. So yeah, top 10 is Verstappen, Sainz, Perez, Leclerc, Hamilton, Russell, Alonso, Norris, Ocon, and Stroll. Stroll made quite a big comeback race. He was first behind us, and now he's in the top 10, so great for him. Oscar from P17 to P13. That's quite nice. So great race for them. For us, it's not so quite a good race. In the standings, 2 points between the top 2 guys of Red Bull and of Verstappen and Perez, and then 60 points to the next driver. And me and Jack are lost. So we get a marketing event where we have to choose our rival. So is it Nick de Vries or Lucas Sargent? I thought about Nick de Vries because the guy is way easier to beat than Lucas Sargent. Nick de Vries doesn't have any pace at all, and Sargent has a fast car. So yeah, I think it's easy to choose Nick than Sargent. And that's my rival for a couple of races. So yeah, I fill up some random schedule activities for the timeline. Yeah, guys, that was today's episode. I'm quite disappointed in how we finished this race with the DNF. Totally my fault. I was too eager and didn't was patient enough to overtake him on the DRS straight. It would be far easier. But yeah, that's on me. We're still the last car on the grid, the slowest car on the grid. But we got some upgrades for the bomber and everything. And they are all coming through. Got some resource points, some money, and the next lap of next race is Australia Grand Prix at Melbourne. So make sure to like, subscribe, and see you next time, guys. Bye.